Well, we ended up taking 3 cars in today.
What did you go down?
They was 4 or 5 cars.
Well, he had that, he was was it Sunday? Yeah, okay, Sunday. And our spent, oh, that's our, the mountain, Sunday. Saturday. But I don't know that, going that place, red.
Forest Service might go in there and fix that road. We might put like
Well, they're not down there. They say they will not.
They need to go put tickets to the lot.
And I never give such a message. They don't just like
Horse barger and, what's up, what's in there?
Yeah. He's pretty
I think honestly, it might be when you go down there.
There's no process, not even. The forestry thing was around a lot.
Order, please stand for the invocation, please.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for another day and the privilege that you give us each and every day to make everything a new day and to make everything brighter, make everything give us a vision for this town that we move forward with it. We ask you to give us your divine protection over this town and its citizens and to help us work together as a board. And go with us, lead, guide, and direct us in everything we do and we say in this meeting and all the ways that we act out with the public people. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance, y'all stand, please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. The roll call, please.
Alderman Lennon. Here. Alderman Radford. Here. Alderman Ray. Here. Vice Chair Cooper.
Here.
Mayor Bowling.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the approval of the August the 15th BMA minutes. I assume that all of you all have read the minutes. Do I hear a motion that we approve the minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Second, motion a second. Any discussion? If not, Debbie, please call the roll.
Alderman Lennon.
Yes.
Alderman Radford.
Yes.
Alderman Ray.
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper.
Yes. Okay, we have no citizens present. Do we have any previously submitted comments?
No.
We have nothing. Okay, thank you. Okay, old business. We have the second reading of public hearing of ordinance 308 to increase the competitive bid requirements of $25,000. We approved that previously on the first reading. And what this is doing is raising the limit that we can spend from $4,000 to $10,000 without going out for bids. It also states between $10,000 and $25,000 we can call in or solicit bids, and over $25,000 we have to have sealed bids on a project. So this is for the second reading and final reading. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I hear a second? Got a second?
Okay, you need to do a public hearing as well.
Well, I was looking, there's no public hearing here, so we'll have a public hearing. Anyone want to speak up, please do.
I'd just like to say this for the record. Even though we can spend $25,000, it still has to be in our budget on the line item that it's a record. It's all, makes sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, he
The
changed
concept
that.
has to be appropriated from the budget that we've
Yeah.
already got
Yes,
set.
yes.
Yeah, nothing changed.
It's not an addition to,
Yeah,
yes.
we don't bring
Yes.
money in to put it in.
Correct.
That's all, just
Okay.
to make that clear.
Any other general discussion from Nick or anyone else? Okay, well, close the public hearing and now we'll go back
Close the
to,
meeting, open public hearing.
right. Like I said, I saw no one present, so I just assumed we'd move forward.
Okay.
Okay, open meeting, we'll get back to our regular agenda. We have a motion, we have a second. No more discussion from anyone, board members, not all roll.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Radford,
Yes.
Alderman Ray,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cooper.
Yes. Okay, the next item, I'll get back to my agenda. The next item is new business of the ordinance 309, which is first reading consideration of ordinance 309, ordinance of the town of Unicoi amending the fiscal year budget. And I'll try to explain this. I hope I can get across everyone. The state wants to know now what we have leased, what towns have leased. And they want lease to be considered as an asset. And as such, the town has to take our leased items, which are 2 copiers and the tasers that we have as their leased items, so they go to be considered as assets. So Debbie's having to go into our budget and show that as an asset, and she also has to show it of how much she's paying for those. And I think I covered that pretty good, right? So that's where we are. So do I hear a motion to approve the revised budget?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Yeah, we have a motion, a second. Do we have any discussion?
Who made the second, please?
Any more discussion, anyone? Everybody understand what we're doing? It's a clerical thing that we have to do to the state to be on good graces with them. Okay. And all in favor, say aye. Okay. I guess we'll do a roll call, shouldn't we? Do a roll call.
Alderman Lemon,
Yes.
Alderman Radford,
Yes.
Alderman Ray,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cooper.
Yes. Okay. Very good. It is amended, and Debbie, like I said, if you look through our sheet, got it listed, but it's again, there's no money being spent, nothing changing hands. It's just
It's a
clerical.
reclassification of, you know, it's like you borrowed money to buy these leases,
Right.
basically, but you really have, it's kind of a wash.
But
But
I
it
think
did increase the budget, so.
it increased the budget, and I think the deal is the state wants to see what everybody got leased, and this will do it. They'll see everything that we've got leased.
Thank goodness we don't have much.
It wasn't just for us, I mean, that's a statewide thing, it's, they just didn't come to our.
It's the Governmental Accounting Standards Board that came up with that standard, and if you don't go along with it, then you're gonna hear from the comptroller.
Mhm.
We don't want to hear from the
You'll
comptroller.
get rolled up, you'll get rolled up on, yes.
Yeah.
That's deficiency in your
Yeah.
reporting, right? That's what it is.
So they just said-
Yeah, it would be a fine
Yeah.
if you don't do it. So your auditors are saying this is what, the way it needs to be done. It actually will probably cost us a little bit more money, because, you know, the auditors are having, this one will affect July of 21. So the auditors are having to spend time researching as to exactly how to do it. And, so it's, you know, they've spent some time. And, anyway, so, and I have some announcements. If you're at that point,
All right, do we have any announcements?
I do.
You have announcements?
I do.
Go ahead.
Okay, the planning commission, the BZA will meet, tomorrow night because of the Labor Day holiday. So we'll start at 5:30, we'll be up here. Sean Miller, the new owner of Budget Inn, would like to address the board. I've been told that's just information, just sharing, you know, with the board. Todd Hobson has a request to rezone property on Unicoi Drive. And our regular BMA meeting will be Monday, September the 19th. I also have that Dr. Martin, who's the Democratic candidate for governor, will be here to tour the kitchen on September the 20th at 11 o'clock.
What's his name again, please?
Martin, I believe it's James Martin, Dr. James Martin, Democratic candidate. The tour will begin at 11, and I think they're going to have a reception at the pavilion, if it's not bad weather or whatever, and then they reserve this Buffalo conference room as well. Correct? Okay.
Is there a time?
11 to 1,
And what was that date again?
September 20th. I think we have 7 candidates running for 2 alderman positions, and that's Wanda Bradford, Judy Rose, Lockie McIntyre, Evan McIntyre, Richard Doris, Kim Rutherford, and Billy Harkins.
Is that all you have?
That's all I have.
Okay. Well,
And
oh, okay, I'll give a real quick update on the annex. We have our gutters cleaned out of all the trees in it, which is amazing. We have it now, the offices have been cleaned. The crew that does our own cleaning went out and cleaned it, did an excellent job. Y'all should go out sometime. Debbie has keys to it, you know, to get in. We got a fire entry, the conduit buried, but don't have a cable for it yet. It's up to our utilities when they get time to do it. And hopefully, today or tomorrow, I'll get with a young lady in Irwin who's gonna take a look at what we have to do to please the fire marshal on, because we're changing occupancy. When you change occupancy, you have to get through hoops and make it legal, so we have to do that. And so I had 3 different, prices and different people, and she seems to be the best of the 3. So she's local, so we're gonna use her. She's worked with Irwin, the town of Irwin, some I know. Travis recommended her, so we're gonna go with that and see what happens. But we have to get that done. And I've got a price on trying to get some painting done, and we are in a situation where do we wait till we get all the occupancy stuff done, or do we go ahead and get it painted ready and just finish it real quick? So it's a situation. But everybody right now is booked out. That's the problem. Everybody is booked out. It's amazing. You go call somebody, well, I'm 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out, 2 months out. So I've got to decide which way to go on that. But anyway, the building is cleaned out. They got rid of the old backhoe they had there for years. They got it gone for the week. It looks good now. Our maintenance crew went out and mowed our little strip of grass, by the way, a little strip of grass. They got it completed, but y'all should go out and look at the offices. They look really good now that they've been cleaned out. And so that's where we are on it. And again, we can give no expected date because we have to wait on the state to approve our plan, and we're at emergency right now. So that's where we are on the annex. But it's like I say, you ought to go out and also go out and look at it. It really helps clean the offices up. Sure. That's it.
I had a question. Do we know what's going on in your license out there with
We do.
all of those vehicles and everything?
We do. That's Clinton McCullough, who has moved from another location, and he's going to put up a metal building there to do his auto mechanic business.
So all those vehicles sitting there now are going to be,
I don't know if they'll be in the building or not, or just when he's working on, I'm not sure about that, but he did buy the property beside of the license, and that's what's going in there.
Well, Debbie, I started talking to him Saturday. I was still at home. I wasn't in hurry, so I just popped in. They were trying to clear up all the brakes that cut. And I met him and his wife. And he's ordering, he got another building ordered. And it's going to be 14-foot clearance inside. He's going to put 3 lifts in it. So he will be working inside. And he's hoping to get it done as soon as possible because he's supposed to be out of his old garage the first of the month.
that's what I was curious about, is if he's opening that business, why are the vehicles already there and sitting there?
He was supposed to be
forced
moved
Oh,
by the first of the month, and he didn't make it.
I see.
So he's trying hard, and they were out there really trying to get all the brakes cleaned up and stuff. So he's waiting on his building.
I have another question. I think we need to address the issue of our ditches and all the debris in them and down trees that's never been cleaned up or turned into ditches.
Actually, the mayor and I had a meeting last week with our maintenance staff and went over those issues.
And the mowing out Equal Drive, out my direction, it's horrible.
Now, that's the county.
Okay.
That's the county, and pretty much, you know, they're on a certain schedule, and what we do, if we have, you know, somebody that's complained about a particular area, we let them know if it's something our guys can't do.
Where are the boundaries where our folks stop mowing for the town of Unicoi, on Unicoi Drive going north? Where
I'm not sure where that,
is it around Buffalo Valley, I wonder?
The county does all the mowing,
Yeah, I
of the right of ways and stuff.
yeah, I don't think our guys do anything on Unicoi Drive. They'll get out and we need an intersection coming to Unicoi Drive. But as far as doing anything like that, you know, I don't think that we have the equipment
I
to
go,
do that.
and you gotta pay them quite a bit of money, it's not like.
We do pay them a lot of money.
We have paid a lot of money.
One month, I think we've had like a $16,000 mowing bill.
I understand, but I was thinking that we had my confusion on it, I guess, and thanks for clearing that up, but, I thought that we were going to hire someone to do basically just the main thoroughfare to Unicoi.
We really
No.
couldn't, if it's the county's thing, and we
Yeah.
couldn't afford to because that money's set aside.
I understand, okay, just a question.
Also, do,
Yes. Okay.
I'm sorry.
As
The,
far as with, what the police department can do, there's a program, it's the DMRO, it's the United States military. There's equipment and stuff that can be got, you know, the sheriff's department, they had it for many years. You know, I was involved with it quite a bit. Washington County and Jonesboro has done it a lot more. You know, coming from Jonesboro's sitting on $9 million worth of assets. They've got everything from snow plows to mowers to tractor trailers, dozers, tractors. That's one thing I think the town, one, we can afford it. This program, we can get it for free. We have to keep it for 1 year. There is some things that we have to do on our side that we can turn over to the town. You know, to the police department, there is a program that's, we have to go to income law. And we can actually use the equipment. We use it one time, and we can turn it over to town. Last week, myself and the mayor both, we signed the documentation, sent it to the state. Once we get that approval, it will show us what this is. Now, yes, it will cost the town a little bit to get stuff in here, but, you know, it's not going to be $100,000 for a piece of machinery. You know, if we're getting it from, you know, Virginia, Texas, wherever. But, you know, I believe the town, we can put that money aside to, you know, get it here and have the equipment that the guys can use. Once we get that equipment, I do think that the ditches, the flooding issues that we have, we're going to have stuff that we can work with. You know, there's mowers, you know, there's things that, you know, we can get. And that would be something you all as a board and as a town, you're going to have to make the decision on, you know, we're going to have to hire more part-time people, whatever, to maybe mow the right of ways.
Well, it's definitely a safety issue. I know, I've lived out there since '94 and I've never had issues going in or coming out of
Oh, it's
Short
right.
Road. And it's up so high, you have to pull out into the road before you can see it coming up going.
I can tell you as far as the north end, you know, the state thoroughfare comes down, you know, 173 and goes up 107. I don't know the company that they have that's contracting that, you know, they keep that area pretty clean. As far as the other part, you know, what Terry and the county does, you know, it's very short-handed too. I mean, you know, he's got a lot of different projects going on, and I don't believe that, you know, they have a lot of time to get out here and do it. We're gonna have it done at least one more time before the fall to get this stuff back. With the DMRO program, hopefully, we're willing to get the equipment and stuff we need to maybe start, you know, taking care of ourselves, not have to pay out.
And probably this rain caused more of a problem this year than any other time, because I know across from going by the school bus, when they go by, that's the high one that Virginia, you know, that one, it's right from the school, it's awful, because it's way up, you know, that.
I've been having complaints about the two railroad crossings. I mean, it's up to my shoulders and we need to send the boys down there and let them weed eat it out. I mean, it's just rough to rain,
Yeah,
but,
and that was the
but you-
railroad, I
but you-
think, and they've already done it.
but they're not
Railroad's
going,
already done their
CSX
part.
is never going to take care of it, it's fine.
Well, if you go down Zane Wilson's, different places, I mean, there is some bad places right now.
I think they got Zane Whitson mowed this, like, just the last day or two, I think they mowed all that, they got that mowed.
Well,
So-
utilities are
Which was
not
good,
even getting the foliage off the lines anymore. The foliage is up around hanging over
Yeah,
across the street.
That's something that, myself, Elizabeth, and I apologize, I'm not letting you pictures. It's hard driving and taking pictures. I will work on that this week. You know, if you look at urban utility lines, urban utilities is clean. You know, down here at John Burke Hill, we always, every year we have a bad problem, with, you know, the ice, you know, trees down, you know, multiple times through the years. I mean, it's every year, there's stuff down. If you look at the CenturyLink lines, all the CenturyLink lines are overgrown. It's to the point where if you're coming through the tractor trailer, school bus, you know, the limbs are hitting. And I think that's something myself and Elizabeth, we're gonna be working to, contact, I know it's not CenturyLink, no more, it's another company, but, you know, it's something we need to approach them and say, hey, look, because if there's a tree that falls and it's on their line, you know, the town, if we cut it and we damage the line, at that point, we're responsible for it. And that's something to us as a town, we don't need to be responsible for it. So therefore, we need to get CenturyLink to come in and clean it. But if you start from Dry Creek to Wiseman's, to Marvin, anywhere there's a CenturyLink line, the bad thing is, you know, that's the communication in Newport County. If that line breaks, you know, it's gonna take days, because I don't know if you know, the big lines, there's thousands of little bitty ones. They bring this trailer out. So what they do is they put it in the trailer and they sit there and they have to splice each and every wire back together. So therefore we need to, I think we really need to give CenturyLink to try to work that out.
Right, and CenturyLink, I'm stuck with that service for my internet and it's going on all the time anymore. It used to be perfect.
Well, I can take you through the town right now. Me and Davey, 2 weeks ago, I was showing her there's trees on the line. There's actually places that the lines are, you know, being pushed down. There's so much tension. You know, it's a safety concern, for us and the public. You know, you get out here and you're cutting one of these trees and the pressure bounces that tree up. You know, it can really hurt somebody, if not kill. And like I said, that's something that, you know, myself and Elizabeth, we're working on. It's just a matter of, you know, getting some photos and getting it written up to, you know, send to them and see what we can do.
All right, thank you for that.
Debbie, one of the things you might do, and I understand what she's talking about, because our road mark has been bad. And the worst one is Anderson Road, which is not in our town. If you come out of there, you cannot see to pull up, because you're going up anyway. But you might have the maintenance men just spend a whole day going to all the side roads, and you just drove up, just do all of them.
We're just Unicorn Drive, and that's our main thoroughfare, all
I know.
the Johnson.
Well, this railroad track is really, I mean, with those buses and those families, I mean, how many kids are delivered down there every morning? I mean, you're there. And they all have to go across that, and they're all in a hurry, getting the kids delivered to go to work, and same thing in the evening, and it's really dangerous. That railroad track is dangerous about the children.
The one thing I've noticed about the railroad tracks is a lot of times when you come up, if you come up around the circle, around there, and I really watch to make sure to give time, because some of these people, and even, if I go the other way, they fly over them railroad tracks. I mean, you think, I think they're on a racetrack or something.
Well, let's back up about 4 or 5 years ago, when we had a previous mayor and reporter. I brought up that the railroad should be cutting all those saplings that's grown up on our major crossings. Usually you can see either side of the tracks. Now, you can't see anything. And nothing ever happened.
You know, there's crossings, the bars that come down on one of those crossings and not the other one.
Right, yep.
And also, could you share with us what the plan is for cleaning the ditches?
Yes, that's what I was going to go back to. The first thing that the mayor asked him to do, when Danny came back, is to start doing the ditches on Massachusetts, putting those ditches out. And then I think Tony is gone on for a week of vacation. And then, so we're supposed to meet with him again in 2 weeks from the time that we met, which was last week.
Now, they have all the equipment they need right now to clean dishes out. With the dump, yes, they do, they got the dump trailer, they got the backhoe, they can make it happen. Okay, now, Nick, I grew up on a farm, I did a lot of dish work, they have the equipment, they can do it just now. Good.
I think, talking with them, and I'm like you, I grew up on a farm, had equipment and stuff, I can operate equipment for plants. The main thing is the machine that they have, where it's got such a short button, it's going to be time consuming. They haven't used it. Yes, they can do it. There is some places, out there at Powell Ranch, some of the bigger stuff. I don't know if that machine will be able to get some of that. There's some pretty good sized boulders and niceness.
There's some good stuff, but, sometimes you don't succeed unless you try.
That's true.
If they got an issue, they can write a note and tell her they need Terry's equipment down there. But if we clean them all out one time really, really well, then we start doing them as it happens. There's lawns and trees and, there's places, if you wiggle a little bit going down this Johnberg Hill, you're gonna catch something with your vehicle. If you look over at something, you might get too close. And just because it's out of the two white lines, really close to the white lines. And I just feel like we need to protect the citizens best we can. And then when the ditches are full, when it rains, the water goes out the road, which presents the airplane effect. You hydroplane. We've talked about it. You have a plan, that's good. That's good.
Off the city last week.
Thank you for the information.
Anyone else, again, if nothing else, call into town and say, look, the intersection of Blah Road and Unicorn Drive needs to be weeded, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, they picked up some trees too, so there's been a lot of trees come down.
Okay, anyone else have any announcements?
Make a motion for adjourn.
Have a second, no second, vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Go on.
Short and necessary.